Hello LEGO builders, welcome to another video by Minifigs in Space. In celebration of rocketing past 1,000 subscribers, we will be diving into a fan requested topic of customizing every color of the LEGO Classic Spaceman. As you can see, we have our work cut out for us, so without further ado, let's kick it off with the reddish brown Spaceman. The color brown immediately brought to mind space westerns, so here he is outfitted with western garb. Which, considering it also came with the first Space Baby, and the combination of both these characters were probably inspired by a certain Disney space western, I think this minifigure upgrade is very fitting. To accompany this Spaceman, I also built an alien cactus, and it's based around a very simple construction, as you can see. I will note that I did, due to a lack of parts, leave a gap between two of the bricks, but 2 plates go right there for the correct height. And as a fun little bonus, I did discover it is possible to balance a cowboy hat on the Space Baby helmet, it just isn't very sturdy. Next up is the red Spaceman, who I have upgraded to be an underwater space diver, which was partly inspired by LEGO Seatron. I simply got the helmet from the LEGO City Diver line and added some diver flippers. The eye patch face was inspired by Captain Ace from LEGO Atlantis. Next is the orange classic Spaceman, which is personally my favorite color out of them all. It would be easy to leave this as the upgrade, however, since many of you are very familiar with this minifigure, I don't think it would be very fair to leave it as is. So, here is my upgrade for the orange Spaceman, using a recent helmet from the LEGO City Stuns sub-theme. This helmet, I would imagine, could be used for underground caverns and general mining operations. As for the yellow Spaceman, well, this was a hard one to figure out because LEGO doesn't make very many headgear or body armor, and yellow, go figure, so I decided to give a shot with some headgear, and this is what I came up with. In my brain, the transparent visor acts as a holographic screen, and for the weapon, I went all out and gave him a literal banana clip laser gun. This was inspired by a real airsoft gun I own that has a yellow banana clip, which I purchased only because it was the cheapest option, not because it was the most inconspicuous color. Now, if the helmet design isn't wacky enough for you, perhaps you can switch it out for this random minifigure headgear with oversized goggles. That might fit the bill better. Next, we have a green classic space lady who is a mech operator from LEGO Exosuit. As a mech operator, I decided to give her a backpack that looks a little bit more industrial, and an updated helmet from Nexonites, in addition to some fun accessories such as this green walkie-talkie from Toy Story. Traditionally classified as either a commander or a soldier, the blue classic Spaceman is rigged with some military accessories, such as these fancy goggles and a tactical utility belt. If you are like me and have unintentionally accumulated 10 Benny minifigures from buying 10 copies of Benny Space Squad as Classic Space Battle Packs, then this is a good opportunity to put those weathered torsos to use as battle-worn soldiers. As for the dark blue Classic Spaceman, I went ahead and added a pearlescent blue fishbowl helmet, and I think this contrasts very well with the dark blue suit. The purple Space Lady here is another minifigure you've probably seen in the background of some of my videos, so I tried to do some brainstorming, and what came to mind gradually was a very certain space character who has an extreme fondness for purple. You may have seen him before as well. Can you guess who he is? I hope you guessed right, because it is none other than Brick Daddy from LEGO Space Police. I was very excited to discover that the purple shoulder armor is the perfect fit for his head. I was concerned it might be too big or just wouldn't fit properly, but it works wonderfully. I was also surprised to discover that his head fits inside a classic space helmet. Admittedly, it is an illegal connection, so I don't recommend it, but it is possible in case you are interested. Next up is the pink classic space lady, and for this minifigure, I simply took the helmet from the Galaxy Girl collectible minifigure and put it on the space lady. If you want to add some extra personality, you could always add some crazy pink hair like this one right here. Not my style personally, but if you're interested, you could always give it a shot. Next up is the white Spaceman. This color is traditionally associated with scientists, so for him, I have given him some pants with blue splatters, and an updated helmet from the LEGO City Space line. The aesthetic I tried going for is a chemical-stained lab coat, and the larger visor gives him not only protection but also better visibility as he works in the lab. Next, we have light bluish gray, which the fans have often associated with being a cadet. For this upgrade, I opted to give him a light bluish gray mask that I believe came in a LEGO Racers set. The dynamite is a random accessory I gave because why not give a dynamite to the cadet? Nothing could go wrong unless, of course, you start wearing a light bluish gray helmet from the Skull Twins and LEGO Space Police. Now you might have a reason to call in the spies to sort things out, and the spies are the black classic Spaceman. For this upgrade, I gave him a cybernetic leg from the Ultra Agents character Solomon Blaze. The spy's head is hidden behind a pearlescent mask, which is just simply a pearlescent minifigure head that's blank. For those of you still watching, I have a very special bonus, and that is making a dark bluish gray classic Spaceman. As you might already be aware of, the LEGO company has made a dark bluish gray classic space helmet, but unfortunately no dark bluish gray torso. This can be fixed by getting a plain dark bluish gray torso and taking the pearl dark gray body armor from the Space Police guy. And boom, there you go, you have a classic space minifigure. And honestly, this approach can be applied to other classic space colors as well if you don't have the torsos. And that, my friends, brings a close to this video. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you were inspired by the classic space upgrades, and if you have any ideas or suggestions for future content, please feel free to share them in the comments below. Thanks again, and until next time, keep building your universe.